Welcome back to Turning Bad News Good with the Film Defender. It's been a while since I've done one of these, but something in the news lately has brought me back into the game like a Death Star tractor beam. Yes, I'm talking about the overwhelming flood of information regarding the production drama behind Lucasfilm's latest Star Wars movie, the Han Solo standalone film. As a massive Star Wars fan, as evidenced by my defense of the much maligned prequels, I have quite a bit invested in this movie, so let's go ahead and unpack all of the news that's been circulating lately. Firing the directors. When it came out that Phil Lord and Chris Miller were signed on as the directors for the Han Solo standalone movie, I have to admit I was a little bit surprised. Don't get me wrong, I'm a huge fan of the Lego movie, I just wasn't sure how their comedic tone was going to mesh with the Star Wars universe. Still, I was willing to give them the benefit of the doubt and wait and see what they were able to come up with, which is a sentiment I think that Lucasfilm also shared. So when the news broke that Lord and Miller were fired, I wasn't incredibly disappointed. I was simply stunned. I mean, hadn't they been filming for almost 6 months now? We hadn't heard any reports of a troubled production whatsoever, so I think the news that the directors were leaving the project caused such a disturbance in the force because nobody was anticipating it. This movie is less than a year from release now, so why isn't this something to panic about? Well, let's get into the good part of this news, righting the ship. One of the greatest strengths of Lord and Miller as directors was also reportedly the biggest issue that Lucasfilm had with them. Their comedic tone. Though Star Wars is certainly lighthearted, there's no way you could classify it as a comedy. Many people are saying that Han Solo is the most comedic character in the Star Wars universe, and while he does provide some of the most memorable moments of levity, he also has an emotional weight to him that people tend to overlook. He's sarcastic and selfish, as recently stated by legendary screenwriter Lawrence Kasdan, and the potentially dramatic backstory this movie could explore shouldn't be undermined by silly comedy, even if it is truly funny. Also, it takes a lot of guts to pull the plug on something this huge when it has such a fundamental and fatal flaw this late in the game, especially knowing the type of backlash they would get as a result. Kathleen Kennedy is a courageous woman, and having gone through the roller coaster ride of Rogue One surely prepared her to take whatever steps are necessary in order to ensure that the films turn out great. That's why they hired a Hollywood veteran like Ron Howard to shepherd this film across the finish line. That's why she hired an acting coach to help cleanse Alden Ehrenreich's palette to give us all the truest possible portrayal of this fan-favorite character. And that leads me to the future of Star Wars. While many people are claiming that the sky is falling due to the importance of this as an indicator of quality of Star Wars outside the episodes, there's one thing we all need to remember. Lucasfilm is just as aware of this movie's importance to the sustainability of their precious franchise as we are. They will literally do whatever it takes to make sure that this saga endures. So before you blow up with nerd rage the next time you hear about production troubles that the studio is actively fixing, tell yourself,
patience. Use the Force. Think.
Also, those who are saying that Colin Trevorrow needs to be replaced from Episode 9 because of the poor reviews of his latest film, The Book of Henry, need to lay off the crazy pills. Jurassic World was amazing, and as a lifelong Star Wars fan, Trevorrow knows what's at stake if he fails. He's also been involved nearly every step of the way and is uniquely qualified to wrap up this new trilogy in a satisfying way. Think about it, even Steven Spielberg had a huge flop with 1941, but George Lucas didn't let that stop him from hiring him for Raiders of the Lost Ark right after that as his next film. Anyways, what did you guys think of this news? Should we have a bad feeling about this, or do you find the naysayers' lack of faith disturbing? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. Thanks again for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more Turning Bad News Good segments and defense videos in the future. And until next time...
Don't worry. She'll hold together.
Hear me, baby? Hold together.